This video is brought to you by True Tales of Buried Treasure, the largest collection of old treasure magazines in the West. On our website, you can search for individual treasure stories by region or by our original magazines themselves. To pay us a visit, please click on the link in the description. Enjoy.
In the year 1865, a remarkable discovery unfolded in the newly formed Montana Territory, courtesy of a seasoned prospector named Essler. It was the unearthing of silver-lead ore, an event that would shape the destiny of this land. They christened this newfound mine with the name Legal Tender, and in its wake, a vibrant encampment sprouted, teeming with life and commotion. Initially known as Montana City, the settlement received its official charter in due time. However, owing to the astonishing abundance and richness of the ore, the town was soon rechristened as Argenta the following year. Miners flocked to the camp in droves, their insatiable hunger for the argentiferous galena fueling their relentless pursuit of riches. Over 100 mines sprung into action, chipping away at the coveted mineral buried deep within the earth. From Argenta, the precious ore embarked on a journey to St. Louis, where smelting furnaces diligently transformed it into shimmering silver bullion. The gleaming metal, in turn, found its way to the eastern banks, serving as the lifeblood of America's post-war economy. Then, in the early days of autumn in 1867, a rippling wave of exhilaration surged through the town. A vein of free silver had been stumbled upon just south of Argenta, sparking an unexpected frenzy. Alas, the euphoria proved ephemeral, as the silver seam revealed itself to be a fleeting gift, depleted within a mere week. No other similar treasure could be found to satiate the insatiable lust for wealth. Yet despite the transience of fortune, more than $50,000 worth of precious silver nuggets had been meticulously collected from the ravine and carefully entrusted to the constable's office for safekeeping. 2 weeks later, the gleaming silver was carefully secured within sturdy leather sacks, adorning the top of a coach destined for the bustling city of Bannock. The carriage, besides the driver, carried 5 passengers, 3 men, and 2 women. Little did they know that one among them would play a pivotal role in the unfolding events. His name was Silas Maudsley, the esteemed dry goods merchant of the town, whose prominence was about to be tested in unforeseen ways. Curiously, trouble seemed an unlikely visitor that day, as the coach departed Argenta without armed outriders or a designated shotgun rider. Laden with its precious cargo, the carriage embarked on its southward journey, creaking and jostling along the dusty highway that meandered through the rugged, undulating terrain. Around a bend, not far into the journey to Bannock, the carriage driver caught sight of a wagon obstructing the road. A solitary figure crouched by the back wheel, inspecting the axle hub. The driver slowed the coach to a halt a mere few yards from the wagon, his hand cautiously drifting towards his pistol, ready for whatever may transpire. Before the driver could draw his weapon, the stranger stood upright, revealing a hefty shotgun that left no room for misinterpretation. A tattered hat concealing his eyes and a mask veiling his identity, the bandit demanded the driver discard his firearm, and the driver dutifully complied. Silas Maudsley, the town's storekeeper, and the other passengers disembarked as instructed, joining the driver on the ground. The outlaw ordered them to transfer the sacks of silver from the coach to the wagon, making it clear that any defiance would be met with immediate consequences. Without hesitation, the driver resumed his seat and tossed the sacks to the 3 men, who swiftly loaded them onto the robber's wagon. Despite the weight and size of the silver, the entire hoard was transferred in a mere 15 minutes. Once the task was accomplished, the gunman herded the passengers back onto the coach. He directed the driver to circumvent his wagon and proceed to Bannock, strictly forbidding any return to Argenta. The driver navigated the coach cautiously around the wagon, while the passengers gazed back at the outlaw in solemn silence. In that very moment, the masked bandit strode confidently towards the front of his wagon, his every step resonating with determination. As he ascended the high steps, his trouser leg hitched upward, revealing a striking black and yellow plaid sock. Silas Maudsley, taken aback by this sight, gasped audibly. He knew those socks well, for they were exclusive to his store, specially ordered from the far eastern lands. There couldn't possibly be another pair like them in the entire territory. Silas distinctly remembered selling that pair to a wandering miner named Harry Baldar. The coach continued its journey for about a mile before abruptly turning back towards Argenta with great haste. As they passed the location of the robbery, the occupants of the stagecoach were met with an empty scene. The wagon, along with the bandit and the stolen silver, had vanished into thin air. Back in Argenta, the stagecoach made a beeline for the constable's office. The driver detailed the holdup to the constable, while Maudsley explained his discovery of the unique socks, pointing an accusing finger at Baldauer. The constable swiftly rallied a small group of men and led them to Baldauer's tent on the outskirts of town, accompanied by Maudsley and the driver. With utmost caution, they surrounded the tent, catching Baldauer completely off guard. He had been engrossed in sketching something on a scrap of paper, and to their astonishment, he was still donning those peculiar, colorful socks. Upon his arrest, Baldauer surprised everyone by voluntarily confessing to the crime. In fact, he began to boast about it shamelessly. 2 deputies promptly escorted Baldauer to the town jail, while the others scoured his tent for any evidence. They discovered the very shotgun used in the robbery, but the stolen silver remained elusive. It was then that Maudsley noticed the scrap of paper Baldauer had been sketching on. The paper revealed a rough, unfinished drawing of the ravines situated to the east of the camp. At the top, scrawled in Baldauer's hand, were the words, "Silver near the middle." It became evident that Baldauer had been crafting a map, intending to mark the precise location of the hidden silver cache. Regrettably, he had not completed his task before facing justice. In which hidden ravine did the precious silver lie? Was it buried deep, concealed behind rocks, or hidden amidst tangled underbrush? The words "silver in the middle" danced upon the sketch, their meaning shrouded in mystery. Did it refer to the middle ravine nestled within the heart of the ravines, or perhaps something entirely different? The enigmatic answers to these questions rested solely within the knowledge of one man, Harry Baldauer. Back within the confinements of the jail, the constable and his comrades relentlessly interrogated the prisoner. They yearned to extract the location of the silver from Baldauer's lips, yet he staunchly refused. Baldauer, with resolute determination, declared that he would never disclose the hiding place of his ill-gotten gains, neither now nor in the future. He understood that a prison cell awaited him, but he clung to the hope of eventual release, envisioning a triumphant return to reclaim his illicit booty, leaving the townsfolk and the law in a state of bewildered defeat. In his arrogance, he brazenly shared these thoughts with his captors. However, this proved to be Baldauer's gravest miscalculation. The miner-turned-thief had sorely misjudged the temperaments of those who held him captive. The captors seethed with fury at his audacity and concocted a dire ultimatum. Unless Baldauer led them to the hidden silver, the noose would find its place around his neck. Still, Baldauer remained steadfast, refusing to cooperate and even laughing derisively in their faces. As the sun painted the sky with hues of dawn, the following morning bore witness to Baldauer's presence beneath a towering, outstretched tree, standing just beyond the camp's boundaries. A coarse rope dangled menacingly from a sturdy branch, its noose awaiting its reluctant participant. The news of the impending spectacle had drawn a crowd, with the majority of Argenta's inhabitants assembling to witness the macabre festivities. Baldauer, faced with an audience, found a perverse sense of inspiration. He vehemently insisted that none would dare hang him for a mere robbery. After all, no lives had been snuffed out in the pursuit, and not a single soul had suffered the sting of a bullet. Baldauer's demeanor, given the gravity of his circumstances, bordered on the realm of foolishness. Yet, even in this dire moment, the constable extended one last chance for Baldauer to salvage his own life. All he needed to do was unravel the secret of the silver's hiding place. However, Baldar clung to his demand for freedom, his laughter echoing through the air as if mocking the very notion of his imminent demise. In an instant, Baldar's laughter turned into a strangled gasp as the rope tightened, hoisting the outlaw into the air. His face twisted with sheer astonishment as he realized, in his final moments, that death had claimed him. Suspended in midair, his trousers hiked up above his boots, he swung to and fro, a macabre spectacle revealing his black and yellow plaid socks one last time. Harry Baldar met his demise, defiant to the end, without divulging the location of the stolen silver worth $50,000. Clues from a crude map indicated that the treasure lay buried in one of 5 shallow, elongated gorges, just a mile east of the encampment. However, the specific ravine and its exact whereabouts remain a mystery. This fortune, still awaiting discovery, lies outside Argenta, beckoning a cunning treasure hunter armed with a reliable metal detector.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read the original article or purchase the magazine from which it was taken, please check out our website, truetalesofburiedtreasure.com.